Hello everyone, my name is Nifty Nomi and welcome to my channel. So today I am going to talk about Xero and how to create a GST HST tax item that allows you to claim 50% of the HST on meals receipts and also not claim 50%, the other 50%, the non-claimable 50%, on the meals receipts, and how to set up that tax item in Xero. So what am I talking about? So here is an example receipt from my case study, and it is a meals receipt for a business. And we can see that the business owner wrote on it why this meal was related to business. So that was super helpful. And we can see that $7.17 in HST was charged. Now we can't claim all of this HST as a credit. We can only claim 50% of the HST on meals expenses when we file our business GST HST returns. So there's generally two different ways that we can go about adjusting for that. First of all, we could just adjust at the end of the month or the quarter or the year when we go to file the HST. This is a lot of work, and you have to sort of look at what was claimed for the meals. You can't sometimes just back it out because, as you can see, there was tip. There's all sorts of problems with doing that. It's doable, but it's not great. It's a bit messy and it's a lot of work. Or you could just, when you put in the receipt, have the bookkeeping software only claim 50% of the HST credit and put the other 50% back to the meals expense. Now, I've done a video on how to do this in QBO online. There's a link below in the description. And because I just did my case study in Xero, now I can show you how to do it in Xero as well. I was really happy to see that we could do this in Xero because I wanted to see if Xero was a comparable bookkeeping software to QuickBooks Online. There are a few frustrations and limitations with it that I've had. I'm going to do a video on that later, but they're not deal breakers. I have actually found that Xero is a pretty good replacement for QBO. And here's one of the examples of why I do like it. So coming back over here, I'm going to come to this GST HST return. And if I click on the ITC listings, the input tax credits, line 106, this is the HST paid on expenses related to business. You can see that right here for that meal receipt, it's only claiming 3.58 in the HST tax credit, even though the HST on here is 717. It's even noted why it's claiming less. And if we click into it, you can see that because I've selected HST on meals, yes, I've said the 717 in the entry, but you can see that what Xero has done for me is it's taken 50% of the HST and put it towards HST ITCs, and the other 50% is considered non-claimable. Now, if I were to open up the profit and loss and isolate to just May and then click into meals expense, that's how I can see what's actually going on with this entry. So with this one entry, you can see it's taken the pre-tax amount, put that to meals, and it's taken the non-claimable portion and added it to the meals expense as well. So let me show you how I set that up. So we're going to go to tax, we're going to go to tax settings, and I'm going to go to manual tax rates. When we scroll down, you can see here's the tax rate that I created, HST on meals, and this is what it looks like, the tax rate that I created. What I said is basically GST taxable purchases, so that means the ITCs or line 106. There's the name, and in Ontario, our HST is 13%, so I divided it by 2 for 6.5, and then just by saying other, non-claimable, non-recoverable, now that is how it puts it to the meals expense. So that's what I did. How do I get to this screen? Let's set it up then now for HST in Nova Scotia. So here's the Nova Scotia HST on purchases, 14%. Now I'm just going to illustrate how to add it for if we were in Nova Scotia. So we'll say new tax rate, and the tax rate name that I'm going to give it is Nova Scotia HST on meals purchases. And then the type of tax is GST HST. And where do we want it on the tax return? We want it on the ITC line, which is taxable purchases line 106. That's the HST paid on purchases. Now, the display name of this first half of it is going to be 50% of HST on meals. And then because this is Nova Scotia, and they're currently at 14%, 14 divided by 2, 7%. And let's add that other half now. So the other half is not actually any of these taxes, it's just other. And also we're going to say non-recoverable. So by saying other and non-recoverable, that's how it puts it back to the meals expense. And now I'm going to say 50% non-claimable portion. And here's the other 7%. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So now I can see it show up here and I can click it off. So now it'll be an option in my dropdown when I go to enter those meals expenses. So now that we've checked it off, it is going to be an option for sales tax that you'll see when you go to enter your expenses. And every time you use it, and I'm going to show you with this HST meals on purchases, I'm going into the tax return, the sales tax return, looking at the ITC listing input tax credits. And you can see there it is. It'll show you when you use it. And now, instead of having to do like analysis at the end of the period or quarter or year or any adjustments, you don't have to make any adjustments. There's no extra work. You just do it once and it's ready. And it's a much better audit, sort of audit trail of what happened as well, I think. So this is why I really like using the HST meals on purchases. Now, all of this data and all of the associated source documents that I'm using, this is all from my Grand Gate Gardens Case Study 2025. And you can find out more about downloading the documents and doing the case study on my website, naomiwilkins.ca. Now, the reason that I was running my case study through Xero and seeing if I could do all of these things that I do in QBO is because I wanted to know, is Xero a comparable bookkeeping software to QBO? And I must say, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, it does have its limitations. I am going to cover the differences between QBO and Xero and its limitations in a future video. But overall, I would say it's comparable. QBO still has the edge, it's still better, but it's also more expensive. And the reason that I would say Xero is comparable, and even though it has its limitations, I would still say it's a good substitution, is mainly because of how it handles its GST HST returns. And this is where I was very happy with it. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go back to these returns right here. And here is an example of the return for March that we did. And I'll click on the ITC listing or the expenses listing. And there's just one. It's just the on-ramp to the bookkeeping case study. Sort of keeps it simple and gets more complex. But it's just one. And we can see it's $52.75. Then if we go, then what I did is I filed the HST return. I did April to June bookkeeping. And in that last week of June, the owner, Sarah, sneaks in a missed receipt from March that she had paid with her personal credit card, which is why it was missed. But she found it and she sent it to us after March was filed. So coming back here to the returns, now this is the current one that we're looking at, April to June. If I look at that ITC listing, input tax credits, it's carried it forward for us. And so I was very happy to see that it carried forward those changes into future returns. Also, it does have that lovely sales tax snapshot in time. So if we're ever audited or reviewed by CRA for our GST, if you were to go to the GL account, it wouldn't say that there was $52.75 because it would have staples in there too. It would have all those other ones that got added since you filed the HST. But if we go, so here we are in Xero, I'm going to click this, and now this is the snapshot in time. We can click on this detail. it is as it was when we filed. And we can export this to Excel, which you cannot do with the snapshots in time with QBO. And from this snapshot, you can click on the transactions and go into them. Again, that snapshot in QBO is very static and rigid. So there, like I said, Xero has some limitations. I'm going to cover those in a future video, but if the question is, can it be used instead of QBO? I'd say yes. So another thing that I like about QBO is I can sync documents in from Dext, and you can sync documents into Xero from Dext. So Xero is up and coming here in Canada. It's trying to get a foothold in the market, and because of that, it's making sure that it can integrate with all of the major players that we have here in Canada. And it actually has most of the market share out in places like Australia, New Zealand, and Britain. So it's been around for a while. This is it just starting to get into Canada. And despite some of those frustrations and limitations that I came across while doing my case study in Xero, I would still say that Xero is a pretty good option if you're considering to use it to do bookkeeping for your small or medium Canadian business. As I mentioned, the content of this Xero file was based on my case study, Grand Gate Gardens. And you can learn more about the case study and the source documents that can be used to learn, practice, and test with. And by test, I don't just mean testing people. You can test procedures and apps as well. And you can find out more about the case study and the documents on my website, naomiwilkins.ca. If you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Instagram at BeThatBusiness, and you can tweet at me or X at me. I'm at NiftyNomi, and I'm also at NiftyNomi on Twitch and TikTok. And you can find resources and courses about running a Canadian business on my website, naomiwilkins.ca. I love making business make sense. The video today was recorded in beautiful Oshawa, Ontario. Thanks so much for watching, and get out there and be that business that thrives.